Hello, good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss about the fourth daughter written by Subhadra Sengupta. It is a small story which throws light on the pathetic condition of daughters in the male-ruled society. It focuses on the problems of female as well as of the regressive traditions. These regressive traditions have tightly clutched women in such a way that they can't free themselves. They cannot even imagine of breaking the old shackles of the society. Unconsciously, they go on following all the odds and events of the society. They accept all the discriminations of the patriarchal dominance without any hesitation and then transplant them into their younger generation. It is an irony, isn't it? They help in continuation of inequality. Once an unsung poetess, Renu Mishra had said, "हम गुलामों की और स्वच्छंदों की जननी हैं." According to her, a woman gives birth to both sons and daughters. Sons are free, whereas daughters are chained. That is, they are deprived of each and every luxuries of life. They are treated as slaves. Before starting the story, let us have a brief account of the writer. Subhadra Sengupta is born in 1952. She completed her post-graduation in history. Her first collection of short story is Good Girls and Bad News, published in 1992. She wrote many fictions too. Some of them are Good Times at Islam Gang, written in 1982. The Mussoorie Mystery, written in 1986. Vishnu the Dhobi Singer, 1996. Vishnu Sings Again. The Court of Mughal Emperor Akbar. History Mystery Dal Biryani, written in 2000. Devalaya, the Great Temples of India. Now let us come to the story. It is a story of rich, privileged, affluent sage family. Radha, the daughter-in-law, was pregnant for the fourth time. She had already 3 daughters. This time, they were expecting a son. But by God's grace, she gave birth to 4th daughter. This news was shocking. It wrapped the whole atmosphere with sadness and gloominess. Over this, the baby girl had taken the color and features of her father. Still to this period, dark skin is one of the major causes of discrimination, mockery, and depression for many girls. Radha scorned at her 4th daughter and considered her as a bad luck and abandoned her. Your mother's action is completely immoral. She disgraced motherhood. She refused to breastfeed her and completely disowned her to die. Minnie the baby started her life nearly dying. She survived because of the motherly love of Parvati, the maid of their house, while Parvati's husband was their family's driver. She took her to the room above the garage, carrying a bowl of milk from the kitchen. Her son bought a feeding bottle from the market. She used her son's old clothes for Minnie. When she fell ill, she was taken to the doctor by her husband. They did everything for Minnie that was possible for them to do. Parvati was her Rama, her husband, her Babuji, and her son, her Bhaiya. She played with him. Her 3 sisters also played with her, but at lunchtime they ate separately. Minnie ate in the kitchen itself. She never had lunch or dinner with her family. In the night, after dinner, she followed Parvati to her room above the garage. All the family members lived in all the comforts in the house, but no one, not even a mother Radha, cared for her. She was being punished for being her fourth daughter and for being dark-skinned. She didn't even care when she uttered "Ma." This was disgraceful act of a mother. Radha, isn't it an irony? Greatest irony of motherhood. It is the fate of many. Son is welcomed. His birth is celebrated. On the other hand, tears and silence awaits on the birth of a daughter. Parvati, being poor without any sufficient means, cared for Mini as her own daughter. As she grew up, she was concerned about her education. Somehow Parvati got admitted to the government school. Mini's brother went to the convent school in the car with her mother, whereas all his sister went in auto rickshaw. Despite all the comforts and concern, he couldn't become a successful personality. He was not at all good in his studies. He grew up uncultured, bad habits in himself. He quarreled with his parents, gambled, and became a womanizer. He was an annoying son. He spent lavishly on himself. Finally, after marrying a rich girl, he abandoned his home and his aging parents and went to live with his in-laws. In the meantime, Mini becomes a soft-speaking, kind-hearted girl. She was an intelligent girl and studied well with all her might. She got first position in her board exams and got scholarship for her further studies. She wanted to become a doctor. Her own parents wanted her to get married, but she didn't listen to them, as they never accepted her as their daughter. She qualified medical entrance exam and studied. Money was no problem as she got scholarship. In this way, she became a doctor. Then she married her classmate. When Mini came home from giving birth to a son from hospital, she found the whole house decorated as it was during the birth of her brother. All the sweets and smiles were for him. She went into the flashback. She couldn't understand whom they were welcoming, her or his. Her parents and her Amma and Bhaiya were there to welcome her. Avoiding her parents, she went towards her Amma and gave her son to her, saying, "Take your grandson, Amma." Mini's brother abandoned ailing and aging parents, but Mini did not leave them unnoticed. She looked after her aging and ailing parents. Being a doctor, it was her duty to do so. It was the greatest irony. Son for whom they did everything was nowhere in the scene in their old age. It was only Mini whom they abandoned since her birth, looked after them when they suffered. Yet in Indian patriarchal society, sons are favored as they are of the mindset that they will inherit their vast empire, otherwise it will be captured by their relatives. Bhagwan Das was quite a wealthy person, a businessman. He had a jewelry shop. So, it was quite a natural wish to have grandson who would inherit his property. Obsession with son is deeply ingrained in Indians. Dowry system is so rowdy that it frightens the families on the birth of a daughter. Even in wealthier house, where girl child has very less value in comparison to a son. The story is told in chronological order without any flashback. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Please give your feedback in the comment section. Thanks once again.